everybody, it's Caroline here. Welcome to my channel, and today I am working in my daughter's 6x8 story album, and I am working with the February printable collection from the Cut Shoppe. This is a monthly collection that Ashley is releasing, and it is called Document 365, and I am working with the papers, the journal cards and the die cuts. And I want to use this 6x4 journaling card with these little post-it note kind of pinboard motif, just to jot down some things about my daughter's life right now, things that she's interested in, things that she's doing, just a few small snippets to be really present with her now and the things that matter to her in this moment. So I've got a selfie that she sent me when she was getting ready, and I know that I want to work with this. The tones in this picture are quite yellowy, but I've just left them as that because I knew that I wanted to pair it with this card, which has got this kind of brown craft background. So knowing that, I've already cut this card, a 6x4 card, from a patterned paper, and I want to pretty much copy this design, layer up a pattern on the top, create a title card here, use I want to definitely use the Self-Love Club die cut in her album, and I really want to get this February heart. I might actually end up covering the February, but I want to get this starburst heart somewhere into an album. I think it'll be perfect for a Laura's page, and I'm just going to see where I go with that. I want to definitely put more embellishments on this photo than that, so I may end up layering something. Don't know yet, not sure where it's going to go, so I will pop you on fast forward and take you along on the journey. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is create that other 6x4 card there. So I'm just looking through the papers that I have left from the kit to see which ones will go well. This is a printable collection, so I could certainly print off more papers, but I don't want to while I have still got so many papers left from the collection from a print run that I've already done. I don't want to waste any of those. So I'm going with this really soft floral paper. It's a white background and it has a floral repeated design in that gorgeous green from the collection. I've just trimmed this down to just below 6x4 size so that we've got that lovely craft border to this card, and then I'm going to build up an embellishment cluster at some point there. First thing I want to do is fussy cut out that heart, which I've done, and I'm going to add the Self-Love Club on the top and actually hide that February sentiment. I've already got a page further on earlier in Alora's album which uses the February motif and the icons that from this collection that have got February quite prominently on them, so I don't feel that I need again to reference February. So I'm just going to pop some pop dots on the back of the Self-Love Club die cut and then just layer that up. I'm going to add in some of the additional hearts that come with the die cut pack to kind of extend this embellishment area, and this is going to be less of a title card, I think more just a sentiment card, just an area of interest. The journaling that I will be adding into those pinboard post-it note journaling spots on that other 6x4 card, they're just really some currentlies about now, so they're not actually necessarily about self-love. There's always a little element of self-love in anything that I wrote to Alora, a little love note from myself to her, but really they're just some little currently jottings, just little snippets of what life is like for her now that I want to remember and get into her album so that in years to come she can remember them as well. So I'm taking an offcut here, a little scrap that I kept behind, and creating a little pennant flag, and I'm going to use that as the basis for an embellishment cluster on top of the full page photo over on the left hand side. So just going to pop that down first, use a label sticker and then a couple of other die cuts on the top and call that good. So nice and simple, just using what I've already printed, things that if I pop them into my stash they'll just vanish because they're only small pieces, so getting them down onto a page so that they are well used, and there's some lovely pretty things in her album. I'm just placing these die cuts to see where I want them to go. I will pop that love die cut up onto a pop dot in a moment for a bit of added dimension, and you can see at the moment that as it's just placed there it's actually hanging off the edge of the photo, and that is intentional. When I stick it down I will pop it back so that I have to trim a little tiny touch off the die cut. You can still read the full word, but I do like my clusters to often interact with the edges on my pages because it helps everything to feel really cohesive and gives a little bit more visual interest. So I've popped on a really small floral, and I'll copy that and use the second small floral over on the right hand side on top of that 6x4, and just deciding to bring in another die cut here that I probably wouldn't have used on another layout at all. It would have been lost in my stash, so popping it down, getting it used. Toying with the idea of this one, but I just felt that I didn't need it, so put it to one side.
Okay, so that is this layout, this project put together. I'm really happy with how it's come together. I really wanted to start using up all of the pieces of this kit. As I said before, it is a printable kit, so I can print it as many times as I want. But once I've printed it, I like to really use up the elements that I've printed. I don't want to waste the paper. I've got a lot of scrapbooking products already, and with these printable kits, I know that if I want, so this card again, I could just go and print it. I store my files in a really organized way on my phone and the iCloud, so I could just go and print this again whenever I wanted to. But if it goes into my stash, I'm unlikely to find it again because I don't tend to look at the things in my stash, which is why I'm trying to use them up as part of my projects this year. So great to just get things onto this layout, use them up. I've still got enough embellishments left, enough scraps of paper and whole sheets of paper that I could put together at least one other 6x8 album story with this kit, and possibly stretch it out to 2 if I use some punches and things for different embellishments. So yeah, you can really stretch these printable kits a lot, and I'm really enjoying working with lots of different ones, seeing how things go, and lots of fun. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and thank you, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.